Hi, my name's Amy Andrew. I'm a professional boxer. I'm mum to a 2-year-old. I'm married to another professional boxer, and I'm one of the owners to this gym here, Rival Boxing Gym, King's Cross. We have some really interesting people that come along to the gym. Lots of people working here who are involved in boxing or MMA, and so we wanted to find out a little bit more about kind of the background to being involved in boxing and martial arts.
So there's a thing here called the British Stunt Register, and you need to show competency in a variety of disciplines.
When you say competent, like I feel like some people would think, oh, I'm competent at this, like
No,
tennis.
the gymnastic test is really hard. The swim test is really hard. It's like fair play to everybody that goes through that. My arm literally just stopped working, and then I had pins and needles and spasms and everything, and then I couldn't lift a fork to my mouth.
Part of it, I feel like, is really hard when people are always telling you how dangerous it is, and you're like, cool.
Because we were willing to do it for free. You paid money to do it.
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
all the time you go here. Now, being able to make it a job, it's
Yeah.
like, you know what that's like.
I don't think about it.
Exactly.
It literally doesn't
Yeah,
cross my mind.
that's
That
it.
it's dangerous. So give me some of the cool films that you've been doing.
Cool. So most recently would be Minecraft,
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 10, Mortal Kombat, Batman, Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some cool ones.
Hi, my name's Amy Andrew. I'm at Rival Boxing Gym, King's Cross, with Ian Streetz, which is very exciting.
Exciting to be here.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. We used to work at Co-Box together.
Yes.
Which is like jazzy, lots of music, but cool boxing, which doesn't exist anymore.
That's
sadly.
right. Yes.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But brilliant because I met lots of cool
That's
people.
right.
Yeah. And Ian's like always at the gym bringing like lots of different cool people doing stuff like, like Ian's a stuntman. So does amazing. You can tell me all about you. You tell everyone else about you.
Oh God. Yes. So thank you for the awesome gym to come train at. Yeah. God. So I, like most people my age, Rocky.
I
Watch
feel like
that.
you're younger than me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you
I'll
are.
pay you for saying that.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Watching Rocky.
Yeah.
Seeing it and being like, yeah, I want to do that. And then I was little, so the closest I could get was like karate. So
Yeah.
my parents took me there. Did that, loved it, kept doing that. And I found boxing later on. I think I was 15 when I started boxing.
Cool.
But yeah, the martial arts had always I would always love that side of things, love the training. And I guess the martial arts my boxing gym was very old school, which it tended to be, so it was like train hard, not necessarily train smart.
Yeah.
So I actually went back into martial arts to a place because every spar was like a war.
Yeah.
So it made you hard, not necessarily good.
Yeah.
So I went back to martial arts to a place that did no sparring and tried to use some of the principles back into boxing. That's kind of all the pad stuff I do is based on that. Yeah.
So, and Ian does stunts now.
Yes.
So is in all like cool films like Michelin, like, so give me some of the cool films that you've been doing.
Cool. So most recently would be Minecraft,
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 10, Mortal Kombat, Batman, Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been some cool
Amazing.
ones.
And like obviously a dream for you. That
Yeah.
ever since I've known you've always wanted to kind of get into doing that sort of thing. So Massey, who's Ian's wife, I was like, what should I ask him? Like tell me give me some dirt to talk to Ian about. No, but she said that
Any police listening to this?
yeah, she will be listening. She will be. Make sure that you keep her in mind. Shout out to my beautiful wife. Yeah, so Massey was telling me all about something about Aboriginal
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Please talk to me. I don't know what that means. But how did that help you get into it?
So my boxing gym was called the Aboriginal Sobriety Group.
Okay.
So Aboriginal are our Indigenous people in Australia.
Yeah.
And it was a really good incentive where it was a place where for $1 you could train all day. So you could go first thing in the day and stay there all day.
Cool.
It was also, there'd be something called the Mobile Assistance Patrol, which would be a van driving around at night, which would try and get to the people from the gym if they'd had scraps, clean them up, give them coffee before.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. It also meant that in your teenage years, there's a van literally driving around to see if you've been drinking. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
helped keep you on the.
That's really good.
Yeah. It was a
What an
great
incredible
place.
thing.
The funding's been cut massively to
Yeah.
it. But yeah, there were an Olympian came out of there.
Amazing.
Almost another one as well. They did really good things.
Yeah, that's incredible.
There was another side to it as well, which for some people chose to go. But yeah, so it was very all encompassing, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then, so then you moved over to the UK, did you? Or what happened?
Via China. So that's kind of when I started with the stunts.
Yeah.
So very long story short, there was a group of actors doing a stage show in China.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to set you on fire and you're going to fall off this stuff. And they were like, no, you're not. And they left. So it came to a friend of ours at our martial arts gym,
Yeah.
who was an actor. And it's like, they at that area at the time, this is 20 years ago, English wasn't that big. So they're like, it doesn't matter if you can't act as long as you don't mind being on fire and all that sort of stuff. So we were like, cool. So we went and did some courses.
I only know you that would say yes to that.
So we moved over there. And we were there for 6 months. And then one of the guys was like, I'm going to go to Hong Kong and try and get in a Jackie Chan film. And we're like,
Yeah.
sure you are. So we went traveling and he did.
Amazing.
So then we went back to Australia. He got called for another movie. We went over there and I was like, if I'm serious about this, I should probably move here because
Yeah.
Hong Kong is where action movies were made at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I moved to the mainland because it was much cheaper. And it was very close where I stayed, Guangzhou to Hong Kong. So if work came up, I'd just go over there. So.
That's cool. And I feel like that's the thing about you is like people really, like when your friend, like you've got so many friends and like, you know, you're always nice to people, whatever, you know, wherever from. So I feel like, you know, like from, you know, starting off there and then now, because isn't one of the guys the one that called you for your, like a big shot in the stunts, is that right?
Yeah. So, getting back, so my good friend Harley, who you met, he's helped me so much. A friend of mine, Chan from Australia, actually called me to do Mortal Kombat because I actually came to London to stop doing stunts.
Okay. And go to Cobox.
That's right. Yeah. So I came here, studied osteopathy, and yeah. Long story short, I got a call to go back to Australia, my hometown. Did Mortal Kombat. Met an amazing, well, not actually met. When I came back to London, a girl was coming here called Tara, who she was being Catwoman stunt double. She asked if we could train together, and she got me back into the stunts. She said, you know, this movie, Mission Impossible, needs people. Did the audition, she got me back into it. So,
wicked, yeah.
Super grateful to all those guys.
Yeah. But I feel like that's the thing about you is you're always like, you know everybody, and like you do kind of, and like you do have like people that you work with who are like, you know, really snazzy, and then you have people that you work with who are like, you know, spit and sawdust and everything in between. And I feel like, you know, you work really hard, so that's probably why so many opportunities, but you're also phenomenal.
Oh, no, it's, I'm very lucky, like very, very, like the people I've been able to train with, people I've been able to train, super grateful. And
So talk to me about this stunt world, because it seems like in the UK, it's all a bit like funky with you have to be like an expert at like loads of different things. Like how does that work?
So there's a thing here called the British Stunt Register. And you need to show competency in a variety of disciplines. Personally, I came from Australia. I'm not on the register here. I came on, like I said, as kind of a referral, and then so there's a lot of productions that'll only use registered people. That's totally fine. Some other ones they'll use people that have experience in certain areas. So that's what I do. But it's like vehicles, animals, like horses, falls, water. The swim test is, I swim terribly. The swim test really hard. So it's good.
When you say competent, like I feel like some people would think, oh, I'm competent at this, like tennis. But it's like you have to be literally
High
a professional
level.
of everything.
Yeah. The gymnastic test is really hard. The swim test is really hard. It's like fair play to everybody that goes through that. It's a lot. The UK has it. New Zealand has it, Australia has it. A lot of countries don't have it, and there's pros and cons, obviously, because when anybody can do it, at least you know people are competent or you know very good in these certain things. Sometimes it's not necessarily a transfer over. There's a lot of other skills you need as well. But it's tough.
And obviously. stunt work is extremely dangerous. So it feels like I'm talking to a normal person, but in fact I'm not, because
Your job is extremely dangerous.
you're throwing yourself at like walls and like. Talk to me about the day in the life of a stunt person. Like,
I mean,
what's the
ideally,
craziest day you've had so far?
ideally, it's not a dangerous job, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
The element of danger is always there.
Yeah.
You always pray that things go right for everybody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it comes with the territory, like fighting.
Yeah.
It doesn't always go that way, but that's why it's super important. Everyone's like really, they know exactly what they're doing,
Yeah.
because you rely on everybody. Like even if it's a one performer doing something, it's a team that makes it happen.
Yeah.
There's riggers, they're the people in charge of the wires and lines and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The coordinator, choreographer, everyone needs to be on point. Otherwise, that's when accidents happen.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what would a day involve? You come in. What time do
I
you
mean,
start
it
stunts?
really depends. So if it's a rehearsal day,
Yeah.
you're certain it'll be like 10 hours. So
Yeah.
that's okay. If it's a shooting day, you are there until it's done.
It's finished. Okay.
So if there's prosthetics, you could be there, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, getting all that done. Then you're minimum going to do those 10 hours, and there might be overtime, and then they'll be getting all the stuff off. So they can be really long days.
Yeah.
If you're on location, it can be,
That must be really tough to then concentrate on all the different, like, because they're quite sort of complicated maneuvers that you have. To do.
That's where the team needs to be experienced, because exactly like you said, end of the day, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Just staying focused. So
Yeah.
thank God for everyone that does it.
Yeah, that's cool. And obviously, there's a lot of famous people that you're kind of working with. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
And,
very lucky on that sense.
Are there like, who are like, I mean, you probably don't want to say, but there's like probably some people who are really good at it.
Yes.
And then there's probably some people who are like rubbish.
I mean, honestly speaking, I've been super lucky. All the people that I've worked with, they've picked it up well, or they've been super upfront, be like, look, this is not my bag. I'd like my double to do everything.
Okay.
And both of those are great.
Cool.
The people that want to get involved and do it as much safely as they can themselves, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The ones that are like, look,
Not
I'll
for me.
do the words.
Yeah.
My double can handle this. That's great as well.
Okay, cool. And you obviously had an accident recently.
Yes.
And do you mind talking about that?
Yeah, of course. So I had to get 2 of the discs replaced in my neck. It kind of was a 0 to 100 type setup.
Yeah.
I'd hurt my neck a few times. I had a scan where they said there was some damage, but nothing too major. So I continued as was. And then my arm literally just stopped working. And then I had pins and needles and spasms and everything. And then I couldn't lift a fork to my mouth. It was bad. My muscle wasted away within a matter of days.
Wow.
My shoulder, and it's still, coming back. But that was, I think, 11 or 12 weeks ago. I had the surgery. Knock on wood, it went fantastic.
Yeah.
But that was scary. Biggest fear was being in a wheelchair, having that as a legitimate conversation. That was.
And how did it happen?
It's hard to say. It's the boxing and martial arts doesn't help. Getting your head wrenched in all weird angles and hit. A couple of the landings didn't go like perfectly. So when I landed on my head and kind of felt a rat, there's no one thing. Like I had a bar, no weight on it, and my arm just gave way. So I can't say this did it. It's just accumulation.
And then you found an incredible surgeon, is that right?
Yes.
The only person or something that does.
Shout out George Prezarakos. I hope I got that right. So I actually saw him on the NHS.
Yeah.
He dedicates X amount of time. It would have been a really long wait to do it, so we went privately, but I still wanted to go with him, and he went through the front of my neck, which is amazing. They just kind of push the esophagus out of the way. The recovery time's way quicker.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, they were going to go through the back, and they open your spine up, and it would have been 12 months.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then like 3 days after you had the surgery, it felt like you were in here doing like knife throws with somebody. So like obviously your personality is that you need to be doing this. So it's absolutely amazing that you were able to get over it so quickly. But it's also like, pretty inhuman, like superhuman.
I mean, it's how it is. I don't know if it's. I'm speaking to the exact person. You know exactly what it's like. Not sure it's a good idea. It's just what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. And knowing your wife,
Yes.
obviously, really stressful for anybody whose partner does like a dangerous job.
Yeah.
How do you manage being in a dangerous job and then having to because part of it I feel like is really hard when people are always telling you how dangerous it is and you're like, cool, like thanks, I don't need to always be, but it's difficult when you're kind of having to
I think the dangerous job is being married to a Latina. Don't tell her I said that. No, she basically, her rule is she just doesn't want to know what I'm doing until I've done it.
Fine.
So that's how I deal with that. It saves the it's good for her too. Mentally, she knows that everything went all right if we're having the conversation. So it's all good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because I guess as well, that's the thing is like, if you're doing something that, I mean, it's such an exciting job and people genuinely would give like a limb to be able to do it. So, and you have to be at a certain level to have got to there. So all your hard work and everything, it's like incredible that you do this job.
It's so much, like I said, luck and super grateful for that. But yeah, it is, it's one of those, it's like, the fights, like, because we were willing to do it for free, you paid money to do it. You think all the time you go here. Now, being able to make it a job, it's like living your childhood dream.
How do you balance that? Like, how do you not think about the danger, or do you just not think about it? Does it not cross your mind?
You know what that's like.
I don't think about it.
Exactly.
It literally doesn't cross my mind.
That's
that is dangerous.
It's not. You're so, also too, I do feel like that's when you are more likely to get hurt. You know, it's like anything. The people, they come box, and the first thing is they turn, like, not wanting to get hit is the first thing that gets you hit.
Yeah.
Not wanting to get hurt will get you hurt because you're not going to commit to it. You're going to do it wrong, and then you just got to. That's what you're there for. You've practiced. If you hadn't practiced, you wouldn't be there. It's not the job to. People learn that real quick. Say, I can. If you can't do it. There's plenty of times where it's like, that's. Another guy would be perfect for that. Me, no. And that's just part of it. That's what keeps everyone safe, is just being able to say yes to this, no to that. But you always want to test it as well.
Ian very sweetly sent a voice note or a message to my nephew explaining, because he really wants to get into stunts, although he's 5, so I feel like his like tolerance for like danger is like pretty high.
Exactly, perfect time.
But he was asking about the knife stuff.
Yep.
You don't do knife stuff, do you? Or you do?
Yeah,
because you do the hand thing.
Yes.
Sorry. It's like this complicated thing that I see when Ian's in the ring with different stunt
That's
people.
more like the Filipino martial arts and that sort of stuff.
Defending?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great. The weaponry is amazing. Just the angle. It's basically, the principle of that is anything you do with a weapon, you can do without a weapon.
Yeah.
But it really makes you conscious of entry points and angles and all that sort of, and obviously the risk level goes up a lot when there's a blade involved or a stick or something like that. So it's fascinating. I love all that stuff.
You must come across some interesting people, because even some of the people that come in, like that girl, Wicked, she was like, I wake up in the morning, I throw a knife at the wall. I was like, all right. And she was like, if it lands in, then I know that like my aim's really good. I was like, mate, do you live with anyone? Like, what is going on here? But it feels like everybody's so interested.
Until one of the knives
I used to, but like it must have. You must have a lot of like. You must be friends with a lot of cool people that are like.
Is that a nice way of saying you know a lot of space cadets? So.
Yeah.
Yes, do. Yeah. No, it is.
What do you do in your downtime, you guys on set, with your like crazy like personalities?
That's the thing too. Like, I do have to say, a whole lot of stunts is making boxes, because boxes are everything. Okay. Like, you fall on them, they're the wall, so that so people think, oh, you're on fire all day. No, there's a lot of time we're sweeping mats, we're building boxes. There's a whole.
You don't have to make it not sound cool.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah. But yeah, downtime. Yeah, on the busy ones, there's no real thing. You're kind of like practicing or choreographing or something like that. The next scene, it's always just like time becomes a dwindling asset
So I feel like you just have wild nights out with like fire and knives and stuff. No?
I don't get invited to those.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So, what's next for you? What's your you've got a couple of films coming up, is that right? Or
Yes, I'm doing a film at the moment. And next thing I'll be traveling,
Cool.
do some training, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see from there.
Oh, wicked, cool. Well, we always love having you. Just all the people you bring in here and all the things that you're doing here are amazing. But I feel like I learnt so much from you because, like,
Likewise.
no, you haven't. But just, with co-box and stuff, I feel like making it into a profession and like kind of thinking about, different kinds of people that want to get involved with boxing, not just like the traditional kind of sense but you always have different kinds of people that come in here and do cool pads, which I can't do.
Yes.
But it's nice to have a professional person who knows what they're doing and is really skilled. But then, so I've always kind of looked up to that. So.
Or likewise, I
Very
think
cool.
the important interview we need is the one of you on this to hear
Right,
your
right.
story, because how you juggle everything, I'll never know. Falling down is the easy bit. This is the hard bit. So thank
Cool.
you.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.